and welcome to GP2 in SFR. I am SFR Smithy. I hopefully will be joined by SFR Martin. He's just doing something at the minute, so he will join in quali, he said. It's opening night for GP2, and it is going to be an absolutely amazing race, as every race was last season. It was full of fireworks last season. It was an absolutely amazing season. I was involved as well last season. It was, I believe, Tag 36, first man out on top, the GP4 champion. I believe he was the GP4 champion last season, but someone please correct me if I'm wrong. He's going to be the second man on track actually, as it's Johnny. He was definitely a GP3 last season. He's been put up to GP2 as Milton has spun. Our first spinner of the GP2 season. It's just the number 13 on. Unlucky for some, as they say. Yeah, as Johnny first on track in number 2, and Milton has been disqualified. That is extremely weird. Someone else has spun, I believe it's just Pera, number 60 Alpine, sitting just behind the Alfa Romeo of the Slayer now. And that was really unfortunate for Milton. He will obviously be starting P17, which can happen sometimes, but yeah, that is really unlucky. As we just wait for Johnny to start his lap now. Interesting when you can see the guy behind him. He was currently P8, obviously hasn't started lap yet. None of them has started lap, no one has even started lap. Oh, sorry, missed it there. But here comes Johnny into turn 1. All quite early on the brakes, really nice apex, heading through towards turn 3 now, using as much track as you can. Don't want to ride too much of the curb there, you can lose it and go in towards the inside of turn 3 or the outside, as Madison did. Heading into turn 4 now, you don't want to hit that inside curve, it will send you out. Really interesting lap as he is the first one to eventually place it on in this lap. Don't want to hit the inside curve there or the outside curve there, hairless kind of thing here. Heading up the hill and then right back down towards turn 9 and turn 10. It's easy to lock up into that corner. Don't want to use too much of the curbs again at same as turn 8. Again into turn 11 now, near the end of the circuit, end of sector 2 it is now, really twisty this section, really easy to lose it. As you can see, a little correction of that looks thing, I didn't see as we were on board. But it's easy to invalidate if you go outside there, you've got outside track limits, and again here, you really want to stay in them though. Heading towards the bottom of the track now, the final corner, final 2 turns, sorry, you've got turn 14 and turn 15, which isn't really a turn, it's really more of a right kink. And Johnny will set a 1:29.9. He'll be followed by Dai, who sets a 29.129 and a 29.139. So a 100th separated. Sonic Hawk goes into P3 with a 31.6. Mansell goes ahead of his teammate with a 29.7. Looks like Utkarsh will be next cross line on an outlap. He'll be followed by KXI in the Red Bull. The obviously one and only remaining Red Bull in the session. He goes into P5 with a 33.5. He is going to be followed by Slayer, who goes on to provisional pole with a 28.9. Alpine of Perina goes right up towards the line on a really weird line there with a 29.3. He was followed by Senna Martins, who started a lap. It's now going to be one of the Hassers. It's going to be Scar Evans, who has invalidated, and Calvin Racing isn't on a lap. Train Game Wild, though, he is on an outlap. Looks like PSRL Legends is on an outlap as well. Who's the next person on a lap? Looks to be Sonic Hawk, who set a pair for sector 2. looking really close. It could be a really cracking lap here from Sonic Hawk. Let's have a look, using as much of the track as he wants, as much of the track as he needs. Nice little kink there, little sparks coming out there, and across the line, P5, ahead of his teammates by a 10th. Just under a 10th actually. There's the teammate coming into the pits now. So the up caution now to finish his lap. It's going to be P7 for Ukar. Okay, exciting. On a lap now, he's 3 seconds off on his lap and he goes to P6. Nice lap there. As Slayer, he is on a lap as well. He's going to pit by Richmond. Yes, he is. Followed by Senna Martins, who is going to set P2 for the GP1 driver. Pits. Same for... No, sorry, Matthew goes for his lap now. Train Game Wild's going to finish his lap and we'll watch the end of this. The Dutchman obviously with the Dutch flag on his helmet and the McLaren orange. Goes P6, obviously last season's champion. He's going to be trying to defend his championship this year. It looks like a spin that was for Matthew. PSIL Legends goes to the top spot with a 28.8. Really good lap for the Mercedes, and it's following on the trend of a Mercedes top in the session. Calvin with a 2-minute 1. Looks like he's out of fuel though. And DJ starting lap now. It's going to be a really interesting lap to watch as he is, yeah, really one of the quickest drivers here, I believe. He was in GP2 last season as well as GP1. And could be one of the favourites for the title this season, compared to second one. But obviously we don't know until after quali who's a bit Qatar, to be honest. It could be anyone really. Could be, yeah, could be me. Sorry, what's that? Just had to sort it out with my mic. And MDJ on a lap, who is finishing a lap. Actually, it looks like it is Johnny on an out lap. No, Senna coming into the pits. It'll be Train Game Wow or Ukarsh. Train Game Wow, who is on an in lap. We play PSIL Legends on a in lap. Die on an out lap. Or is it Matty on an actual lap? Here we go, Matty's on an actual lap. He's going to try and follow the mate, and he's actually going to follow him into the pits. MTJ, here we go, MTJ. Up towards the line. Here he goes. And it's going to be for MTJ. P11. Maybe a banker lap for the GP, for the AlphaTauri. Cassidy up towards the line now. GP3 last season, now up towards GP2, and GP2 in season 9 as well. Looks like a spinner for... oh, Cassidy goes top. Cassidy goes top as the Red Bull of KXI spins round. That's a few people through. MDJ on a lap, KXI not on a lap, Johnny is on a lap. Purple in sector 1. That might just be a glitch though, visual glitch maybe. But it is really tight at the top. Look at that gap between fourth. Yeah, look at first and second, look at first and third. It's just really tight, all within 0.3 of a second in the top 6. And not everyone has set a lap now. Not everyone has set a lap yet. Scar Adams yesterday in GP3, he had such a great, not a great qualifying, he had a really bad qualifying, qualified second to last. Actually didn't set a lap, only qualified above someone because they got disqualified. But he ended up in a really good position by the end of the race. And it's going to be provisional pole for Johnny by 0.2 of a second to Cassidy, who's now coming ground. Corners again. Just find a couple of corners again. Looks like Mansell's on a lap, about to start it. Calvin is on a lap. but his teammate is on an outlap, ready to go. Looks like Dai is on a lap as well. He's going to come to the end of his lap now, heading towards turn 14. The penultimate corner, lays on the brakes, turns in, nice, doesn't clip the curb on the inside, that can send you out wide, through turn 15, towards the line now, DRS open, for Dai it's going to be P5, upper position, knocking down Senna Martin's P6.
Good evening.
Hello. Yeah. So I'm now joined by F4 Martin, as I said earlier in the stream. Hopefully I'll be joined by him, and I am.
Yes, apologies for being late.
No problem. As F4 Manson takes the spin. Car starting a lap, team game wow, about to start a lap. Looks like Scar Adams about to finish a lap now. It's going to be SFR Calvin Racing, who's 26 seconds up on his last time. Heading towards line, DRS open, and the Haas goes P11, just on the edge of the top 10, and his teammate near the end of his lap as well. We'll ride on board with him once he gets closer to the line. Looks like the two Astons, looks like he's spun actually. Johnny in to the pits, Dai come up towards line, knows the XT Matty up towards line. One of the Williams actually is going to be finishing lap now. So we need to find Sarko. No, it's going to be Rancer, sorry. That was my mistake. He pit. It's going to be Dai then. To pit. To pit or stay up. He pits. It's going to be one of the McLaren, looks like it's going to be Train Game Wow. No, it's going to be his teammate Utkarsh to cross line. I believe that was your teammate last season, wasn't it, Martin?
Yes, Utkarsh, me and Utkarsh won the Constructors' Championship last season. So Utkarsh is definitely a strong performer.
Currently looking like he's going to give the toast to his teammate, the GP2 champion of last season. Train Game Wow, who's currently P8. Looking like he's struggling a little bit. Nearly a second off pole position of Johnny. Speaking of Train Game Wow, he comes up towards line, goes P7. He's struggling a little bit here.
We have Senna on a hot lap, and he is a tenth and a half up on his time coming into the last corner.
That'll put him back ahead of Dai. Dai 36 comes up towards line, and it's going to be Senna Martin's P4, 2.5 tenths gain there, and quite a good lap for Senna Martin's. Moves ahead of the Slayer as well. There's Matty on the lap. Heading towards line now, up towards line, he is going to pit. KXI.
You can see that the grid is kind of muddled up. If you were to take all of these drivers in this grid from last season, on the pace that they showed last season,
you wouldn't expect it.
Yeah, it would be completely different, and it just shows how long it's taken people to settle into the new game, the new handling model. Yanni, he was solid GP3 last season, and now sitting pole in GP2. And you have, MDJ, who was GP1 last season, and he's mid-pack in the GP2, so... And Train Game Wow, obviously, GP2 champion last year.
P8, so, yeah, mid-pack.
Yeah, P8, so, these guys, I think over the course of the season, we'll maybe see the pace changing. And, one of these guys, Cassidy, Yanni, and the likes, they look to capitalise early on in the season before everybody sort of gets up to speed with the game. Or can they maintain it? That would be exciting. It'd be good to see the likes of them up there fighting for the championship this year.
Yeah, and another person, Eric Slim, he's gone from GP4 title contention to GP1 as PSI Legends. Yeah, amazing. That's going to be faster than me tomorrow.
Cassidy has started his flying lap in the Alpha Romeo, just beginning.
Yeah, he needs to gain 4 tenths to get onto provisional pole this is going to be his final lap. I believe that could be PSI Legends' final lap as well. As you'll see everyone coming on. I don't think you'll see anybody in the pits. Do you think maybe Scar Adams will do the same as he did yesterday, where no qualifying time ends up in the top 10?
Possibly.
Oh, Cassidy! Big snap out of turn 7, having a spin into the gravel.
And that curb is now back as being a tricky curb to actually ride on the outside now.
Yeah, it's not a nice curb to spin on, as it can damage your floor as well. He's a monster on a lap, he is 700.
Slair's also spun as well at the exact same location on his hot lap. It's all about, do they have enough fuel? They can maybe get back round again and get another lap in if they've got enough fuel.
Yeah, they need to go on a recharge though, especially if they've spun halfway around the lap. They'll have to really brake and get that energy back up. As looks like one of Ferrari's.
Mansell is 4/10 up on his lap. He could be climbing some places here if he can nail his final sector.
Yeah, had the Red Bull in his way though, weaving that could maybe affect him. If it was real life, it would definitely affect him. But this is a game. So, but there comes Mansell up towards the line. Currently P13, up to P10.
It's all about Mansell.
Yeah, it's one of the Ferraris, both Ferraris coming towards the line to start their lap. Scar Adams comes to the first lap now, who's one of them in the lap of this session. Nearly invalidates it by going a bit wide there.
So interestingly, we've got the two Ferraris running nose to tail. Matty went wide in turn 1.
It's going to cost him a bit of time, and Scar Adams chooses to not set the lap and is happy with his P16 position. Uckar's come up towards line, 2 tenths up, goes ahead of Calvin Racing, who is on the lap as well. He's currently 400 down there in the first sector. Might not be a good lap from Calvin, who might not be able to regain his P13 or higher. Johnny, I believe he's just finished lap. He goes. No, I believe he's just started it actually. My mistake. I believe Cassidy has spun it again. Cassidy spins again at the exact same position, and that is going to be an end to his qualifying, and he's going to stay in P3.
And we have Calvin is over a 10th up on his time. He could jump a few places here.
Yeah, and here comes Calvin up towards line, out of turn 15, the right hand kink. And he's going to go up towards line, and he's going to set a P12 lap time. Depends what KXI can do, and he's spun. And that is it for the Slayer as well, who has crashed. Johnny has spun as well. And has been disqualified, so it's going to be Cassidy in P2 actually. Die in P3.
Cassidy's P3.
No, Johnny's just been disqualified.
Johnny's just been disqualified, of course.
Yeah, that is
a shame.
Yeah, really unlucky. It was a really good qualifying for Johnny.
It just shows that people are not yet comfortable on fully pushing on the game. Everybody, get that banker lap in, and then at the end, you really go for it. Dye ended up in P3.
Yeah, as Johnny got disqualified, and Senna goes P2 now. Yeah, Senna. He had a really good lap, Senna. Upcast, so that is going to be it. The qualifying, unless
he's worried about his GP1 pace this season. I think that's proof that he's more than capable of competing in GP1.
And Sonic goes into P6, up 2 positions. And what do you think of that qualifying? Like, who's your favourite for the race now?
Well, for the race, a PSI Legends, I've actually not seen race in SFR before, so I don't know what he's like. It's really tricky now with the tyre temperatures. Has everyone on the grid figured it out? Have they got the tyre pressures at the right level so that they're not suffering from massive understeer during the race? Have they tailored their setups to manage the race fuel? You know, these are all things that are in the unknown right now. So I really wouldn't like to hedge a bet on who it could be. This is a great thing about the beginning of a season. You just don't know who's in form, who's not. Obviously, you've got the boss man there, Sonic Cock. He always likes to keep it on track and make sure he does everything right. So maybe he'll sneak a podium.
Yeah,
let's
really.
Let's go with Sonic Cock to sneak a podium.
Yeah, he's a really consistent driver. I've noticed in the practice sessions he was catching me as well. Really quick, really quick.
Obviously, one of my big rivals from last season, the Slayer as well. He's extremely consistent, so you never know. He can always be there, but obviously you've got to go the pole time 28.4, 3/10 quicker than everybody else. That's a pretty convincing pole time. If he does everything right and he's got his setup right, and there's no reason why he can't pull off into the distance.
Yeah, it just depends if he has a quality setup. Yeah. And obviously with the tyre pressure as well, it's obviously going to add a huge factor, like you said. Also depends who can get the better start, who's on full traction control, really.
Yeah, that's a big thing in the game. That's people on traction control seem to get a fantastic start compared to everybody else at the moment. But again, I think that's more down to people that are not on traction, just not quite figuring the starts out yet than anything.
Yeah.
But since the latest patch, it has improved a lot. I know that for me personally, it has. I can get off the grid a lot more.
Yeah. Obviously, with them still changing the game, it's gonna obviously affect lap times for some people. Obviously, resetting the time trial leaderboards not about 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. They did the same thing with the last game as well. Not ideal for preparation for the new season when you get a new patch coming out a week before the new season.
Yeah, here we go. It looks like no one has gone for the reverse strategy. Actually, Senna Martin's on the hards and Milton on the softs. KXI, Slayer and Terra also on the hards. And
I have noticed from practice sessions and also last night that the reverse strategy is very strong in the game, particularly here at Bahrain. I think Mindful Wasp last night in GP3, he won on the reverse strategy.
Yeah, he won with a medium to soft, I think, or hard to soft.
Hard to soft, yeah. Did get a little bit of help with the safety car, but even still, it was a very strong strategy.
Yeah, and it can definitely work. Maybe that's what Senna is going for, and that's obviously the
and PSI Legends hits the ball. Pushing too hard on his outlet, on the formation lap, I should say.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
These guys that are going with the hard tyre, obviously, the big thing for them is getting through the first 4, 5, 6 laps with minimal damage and positions lost as possible, because they will, like we've seen in the practice sessions, the hard tyre does take a while to get going.
Yeah, and I think with Milton as well, he needs to gain as much positions as possible.
He's went very aggressive on the soft tyre. Not convinced that that's the best strategy around here from the back of the grid, but maybe he knows something that we don't, so let's see how he goes.
I'd say if he was on pole, if he was second or first, it would definitely be a viable strategy, because those tyres are going to overheat sitting behind other cars. It's going to be less severe as compared to last season, as if Matty has spun. No, it is KXI.
The one thing you can say about the soft tyre is if he's going to go soft hard and he manages to get a good launch, makes up a couple of places, he can come in for the early pit stop on the hard tyre and he's got complete free air to then sort of build into the gap. While everybody else, I predict here at Bahrain there'll be quite a lot of DRS action going on, DRS trains and a lot of battling. Bahrain's a great track for that. So maybe that's what he's thinking. Let's see, a couple of people not quite getting in their box.
Senna! And that looks like...
Yeah, immersive settings.
Yeah, PSI Legend facing to the right. possibly to cover off Senna. He does not need to do that anymore, as we are ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here in Bahrain, and it's go, go, go. Once again, it's green, and a great start from Cassidy. He looks like he's going to go straight into the lead. Senna with a terrible start, drops out to 4th. PSI Legend still looks to go up the inside, and he's going to be really, really close. He's going to make contact with Cassidy. That was a really good move. Dive right to the lead. Amazing switchback from Dive. Train getting right off the as PSI Legend having a slide there. Looks like someone is off. Looks like Terra with a terrible start.
Oh,
of course.
PSI has made a little bit of contact with the Haas.
Looks like he's lost front wing. Yeah, as that is a terrible start for the Polster there. Obviously making contact with turn 1 with Cassidy, who is now in P2. He was just a little bit too aggressive at the start, missed the week. Obviously we don't know the full story yet. Probably not the best to comment on it. As Gianni's down to P10. Obviously up to P10, sorry. He started in P16. Then he has, looks like Sonic all gaze round. And getting a 3-second time penalty, that should be able to be.
That's the commentator's jinx. Sorry, Sonic Cock.
Yeah.
As you say, Yanni obviously off to a great start there, up P10, Matty as well. He's up at P9, but train game wow. He got a terrific start off the grid and managed to get up into P3. He'll be really happy with that. Calvin also.
They're picking up the pieces, as most people, they're picking up the pieces off the incidents.
Exactly.
Legends drops another position.
Yeah, he looks to be struggling out there at the moment as he comes into the pits.
Yeah, and that's what they changed recently. They made Adam damage more severe. So around the outside goes Slayer on MDJ.
On the harder tyre, not quite able to get the purchase sort of traction.
Yeah, and Cassidy 5/10 off dive, but still a second and a half ahead. Sorry, I've accidentally got it on leader. About a second ahead of Train Getting Wow. Yeah.
So obviously you've got the likes of Senna now and the Slayer and the hard tyre. What they want to do now is just, you know, bring these hard tyres into the comfort zone. Don't push too hard, and then slowly, certainly in Senna's case, guys ahead over the next few laps should start to come back to him.
Oh, and yellow flags. It looks like PSI Legends has gone from bad to worse, pushing too hard on the hards on his outlap, and has spun again. As Dice slowly increases the lead a little bit, but still back down again.
Cassidy has a little bit of pace compared to Dye, I think. He's just happy to sit behind him at the moment.
Yeah, but that's not going to be nice for his tyres, of course. Towards Mike, the DRS enabled now, so we'll get back on the second straight. Train Game, while looks to be running a more higher downforce setup as he drops time to Cassidy. Oh, it looks like, MTJ, he's gone, I think he's had a weird exit out of the final corner, as he's now under pressure from the Slayer.
He's been under pressure the last 2 laps now from the Slayer. The Slayer looks really comfortable on the hard tyre at the moment.
Milton gets past Scar Adams. Oh, and he's going to have to back out of that. As we saw last night, people did not back out, and there was 2 collisions. One of them was involved with Scar Adams as well. Just to put all the pressure on him. Trying to make those softs work as much as they can before they fall off the cliff. And then they fall off the cliff, they fall off absolutely a huge cliff. Yeah.
So, you know, just having a look there at Cassidy and Dye both on board, and it would appear to me, I think Cassidy has got the better straight line speed in his setup.
Does not the corner speed.
You can see the gap closing on the straights. It definitely has a better straight line. Dye going with the more downforce setup.
And he's also using more ERS as Dye, but that is not going to matter down in towards turn 1. With DRS for Cassidy, really go for it. Too far back this lap. might go into turn 4. I think Dai may be also running no traction control. This is getting so much better exits compared to Cassidy. That is also due to his downforce advantage. There's what's going on up and down the grid, apart from Johnny and Matty and KXI and Upgosh. Oh, it's so close to rubbing wheels there, where Upgosh and KXI heading in towards turn 6 even. Really close to contact. As Cassidy
is kind of struggling to get within the DRS and stick with the pace of the two at the front at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, and second one yellows. Legends again. Oh, he's beached it. He's out.
Yeah, he's struggling. That could be a safety car.
No, it's going to be a disqualification as he cannot get his car moving.
Yeah, disqualified.
And that is the second person we've seen beach in 2 nights. Easy to do. And that's a huge fall from grace for the pole sitter.
Yeah, not be happy with that one bit.
No, as Dai and Cassidy in towards turn 4. Nope. Hera believes maybe getting past Johnny. Yes, he has. Scott Evans and Matthew having a little battle here. As Matthew spins, drops down a little bit, keeps it out of the gravel, keeps it unbeached. Which can be sometimes.
Yanni and Hera are having a fantastic battle.
So it looks like Pera has came out on top of that, as Milton might be trying to get past both of them now as well. He's ready to pick up the pieces in case of any collision, and it looks like Johnny's gone a little bit wide. Milton trying to go over the inside.
Yeah, Milton definitely making the most of the soft tyres from the back of the grid.
Yeah, obviously trying to go as fast as he can, trying to get as much of that out of those softs before they die off, which will probably be the next lap or lap later. Unless he's got some good
battles developing now all over the grid. You've got the battle at the front, MDJ and the Slayer and Calvin. They've sort of been nose to tail since the beginning. And you've got these guys, Yanni and Milton and Tara. So Sky Adams starting to work his way into that battle as well. So
yeah, looks like
nice battles developing all over the field at the moment. As looks like at the moment Cassidy's still happy to sit behind Dai. I think if he starts to see Train Game closing that gap, he'll maybe go for it.
Yeah, and have a nice little buffer between the GP2 reigning champion and the defending champion, actually, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Must be all I was commentating on GP2 then. As Johnny, he's not close enough to go for a move on Pera. As MDJ and Slayer go for a battle here. Yeah. Slayer just having to sit behind, little snap verbs there. Calvin sitting behind us, looks like he's gone up the inside. That is a really good move to pull off. If you could get it close. Didn't have the traction.
You could just see he didn't have the traction there on the tyre.
Little lock up on contact in his round. Oh, he's made contact with Calvin as well, and MDJ also making a little mistake. Has Calvin got damage from that? That could really affect him as yellow flags with KXI is out, nothing goes into that. And he's lost it, and there we go, safety car is out. Perfect for Milton. Not so good for Senna, or Slayer, or Pera. Oh! Train Game Miles rear-ended him.
What happened there?
Cassidy was slowing down to get back in the Delta, and Train Game Miles just hit him.
Wow. Wow.
What a crazy accident.
A big inquiry going to be going on in the stewards for that today.
Calvin nearly doing what he did in Mexico in Season 9. Nearly going straight into the back of someone. It was a safety car. This time it wasn't the safety car. And that was quite
Oh,
funny.
would give for an action replay of what happened there between Cassidy and Train Game.
Yeah, that was a weird incident.
Mad.
Yeah, there's a few
Senna
people...
obviously electing to stay out on the hard tyre.
Yeah, same for Calvin, and obviously Slayer and Pera. Johnny, Adams...
Calvin started on the medium. I mean, I would say it is possible to go hard to the end from here without, you know, any further safety cars. Unless he's thinking of going medium soft.
Yeah, that could help.
He's opted to stay out as well.
Yeah, but this is amazing for the two Williams, who were nearly a lap down, and now they're going to be right at the very back of the pack, but they're going to be able to battle with people.
Yeah.
And obviously 13 runners left, and that was a really weird incident. And
let's have a look here. Milton has shown us soft tyre. Did he pick and go in fresh softs? He did.
Yes, he did.
So
maybe going for the soft medium.
He could be doing that, yeah. Or maybe he's anticipating another safety car.
Yeah, which is a real possibility considering what's just happened under this safety car, 3 and 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was really crazy. I'm gonna see if I can get it back up. Senna still leads by a course, not pretty. Yeah, this is really throwing a curveball in. And it could end up being a really, really good race.
So obviously we don't have access to the replay of what happened with Cassidy and Train Game. It does seem, going by the chat between the drivers, that Train Game has accepted claims of an error on Train Game's part. It's unfortunate for the two of them because they were in for really good points, possible wins today.
Yeah, I was looking at the replay then. It appeared that he just got the delta, thought they were still on green flags, and just rear-ended them.
Yeah.
Unfortunate incident for the two of them. That does happen sometimes, and there's just an
well, these things happen under safety cars. I mean, Calvin won't like me for mentioning this, but he actually crashed into the safety car at Canada last year. So you know.
It was Mexico, wasn't it?
Mexico it was. Sorry, yeah, Mexico.
Yeah.
So you know, strange things happen under the safety car. Looks like Pera has spun out.
Oh.
Safety car. He's lost a lot of places there from that.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for Pera. And also, he nearly did the exact same to Train Game while on Cassidy's cars. Nearly did the exact same. A really late right move. And that would have been even more embarrassing for Calvin. But he's gets it in. He's in P2.
Yeah.
And going off the current order, who do you reckon
Calvin will be relieved that Senna's in front of him, and he can't go into the safety car this time. So
yeah, I believe he didn't turn, wasn't it? Was it a wheel issue? I can't remember.
he blames his wheel. Yeah, I think he was just racing the safety car, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate. I think it was one of those. It's kind of a little bit like Brazil, where the safety car kind of is hidden and then appears out of nowhere at the last minute. So you think he just got out by that?
Yeah, but he was on a straight line, like. But
now the one thing I would say is obviously it's not a bad idea for the guys on the mediums. It started on the mediums to stay out. They can then go on to the medium soft strategy, that will be doable. But you do feel that the guys that started on the hard tyre will have the advantage on the pace. You know, once you start getting to lap 15.
14, 15, yeah. As Sonic walks in.
Hard tyre will become the much better tyre.
As Sonic Hawk makes his third stop of the night. Onto the hard, so he's going to go to the end on these hards. As it looks like Johnny's made 12 positions up this whole race. really strong contender for driver of the day. In my opinion. Oh. Ah, yeah. Calvin as well, up 9 positions. And Scar Adams up 10. And Milton up 8. It's really good race at the minute. Really exciting.
Obviously, only with the 1 penalty so far in the race.
Yeah, which was an unfortunate one, as he couldn't really go back on towards the racing line because there were people there, so he had to cut the corner. So maybe that could be taken off. Would you think that could be taken off?
That obviously comes down to how the rest of his race goes, you know.
Yeah.
Whether it gets any further warnings, things like that. But interestingly, so far out of the grid, only 6 guys have actually made a stop. So far, the rest are all opting to stay out.
Safety car in this lap. Yeah, as I believe it was actually just a straight penalty, no warnings for it. Just went straight to penalty for Sun4.
Yeah, there's a good chance of removal for that then. It would obviously come down to the steward's discretion, but if it's an instance where he's avoiding an incident and gets a straight penalty, obviously they would look kindly on that. As safety car is in this lap.
Yeah, and he's really backing up the pack here. He's trying to cool down the people behind him tyres while keeping his own warm, but everyone is well trying to keep theirs warm, as he'll probably go right off behind the corner. Chooses not to. He can go whenever he wants, and he's gone now. Oh, Calvin with a little...
snap there,
yeah. Slayer with a terrible start.
As well. The hard tyres obviously struggling.
2 Williams with a terrible start. Matty as well with a terrible start. Milton trying to go round the outside of Perret, and maybe round the outside of MPJ. Johnny up to P6. No, he's dropping down.
Oh,
Perret. Yeah.
McLaren almost lost it a bit, Cash.
Yeah, and looks like Milton had to avoid that, or was it the other Red Bull? No, sorry, there was no other Red Bull. As Upkarsh and Perret going side by side here through the middle sector. Oh, really close for Johnny as well. As Calvin trying to put the pressure down on Senna Martins. As heading towards 10.
Also got Milton, who's really looking to make it exactly the same as he did at the start. He's looking to use everything he can in his tyres to get through the field.
Yeah, as that is probably the best strategy decision. As trying to get close in on Scar Adams. Which, yeah, this could be a really fun battle between a couple of drivers here, because you've got Milton, MDJ behind, and a Perret behind him. And then you've got Upcar, Johnny, Matthew, and the whole grid's really close to each other. It looks like Milton, he's so close. He's basically pushing the Haas around. He's now closing in towards turn 1. It looks like he's going to go for a move. He's going to go up the inside, and he's going to get that move done in towards turn 1.
Adams saw him coming. Give him the space.
And that is how to overtake. Overtaking 101. As it looks like Johnny's going for a move on Upkarsh. No, pulls back in. Behind the McLaren again. As it looks like Senna has extended that gap out. It looks like Slater is going to be right on the back. That's a brilliant helicopter shot.
Yeah. Lap 10, lap 11 now, so this is when the hards start to come to life.
Yes, it looks like the guy, he's on the newer hards as well. Trying to close in on the older hards with Milton on the newer softs behind him. Really depends on what one of them can do. It looks like Mansell on the back of Matthew and his teammate behind him. And obviously the medium's currently being faster than the hards, but eventually they will be a lot slower.
So now it's really doing everything he can to build a gap now to Calvin.
and it's really working for him as it looks like Guy maybe having a better exit here. Or Calvin might even in towards turn 1. DRS is enabled this lap now for Slayer to use, and for Dye to use down the next straight, but it looks like maybe into turn 1. No, he's going to wait for turn 4. Calvin got a little wide there. Same for Slayer. Matty and Mansell swap positions in towards turn 1. Looks like Sonic Hawk's going to try and get the switch back there. He's going to back out of that. Everyone getting DRS down. There's big, not big, massive, quite a small straight.
Calvin and the Slayer obviously in a battle, but you've got Dye and Milton both right behind that are ready to capitalise on any mistake on the quicker tyre.
Yeah, it's upcast strong.
Milton has been really impressive. He's trying to create all sorts of angles to get better exits out the corner on Dye.
Oh, big dive, make contact!
Touch there on Slayer.
And that is going to help Milton get past. No, he's not actually. He's not going to try and get past. As it looks like a spin for Sonic Hawk. Same position where he's from lap 1. And Dye falls out of the DRS for Calvin. He's got Slayer and the DRS behind him. And it looks like Scar Adams was sizing up a move on Milton there. Decides against it as MDJ nearly runs into the back of him. Has a big snap there. As it looks like Johnny is round.
Johnny's round again.
Yeah.
Not sure if that was self-inflicted or if there was a bit of contact.
I'm starting to walk now.
Senna's gap is just increasing tenfold. He's over a second in that one lap.
And it's starting to go into midfield madness now as here comes Slayer on towards Dye. Gets past him easily, but will Milton and Scar Adams fight in towards turn 1? Yes, they are going to go side by side. And it's going to be a really close battle. It looks like he's going to maybe have a look at Dye.
Dye is coming back at the Slayer.
It's going to go round the outside. It's going to force him to go round the outside. That could be more of the favourable position as you get the better exit contact a little bit there. It's kind of pushed him towards the exit there.
I know from experience the Slayer will not give up the position easily.
Yeah, but that could affect him getting maybe a P2. Actually, he's starting to catch Calvin now.
Well, this battle that is happening for P3 is just slowly letting Calvin build a little bit of a gap. Yeah, and MDJ is managing to creep up on these guys.
Yeah, he was right behind them earlier, but he made a slight mistake heading in towards turn 13, and lucky number 13 as well. Number 10, 13, unlucky for some. Up car, really close to the back of Hera. Heading through turn 13, looks like Milton weaving down the straight is Slayer trying to get out. Trying to get Dye out of the toe. Just like Milton, he's so close to him. Yellow flags, looks like Sonic Hawk has spun again at turn 13, as it looks like Milton with the DRS might be able to get past Dye. He's got so much space. He's run out of the Slayer in towards turn 1. He's gonna have Dye maybe. Oh, that looked like he was breaking later there with Dye. Milton with the better exit. He needs to get past these two and build the gap as quick as possible. Otherwise those socks are going to die, and when they die die quickly. He's trying to get past Dye as well. Parrot, well, trying to get, and Adam drowned, nearly collects Parrot. Don't want to light those tyres up, mate. It's going to destroy them. As I believe we might be able to see lines forming on Calvin's tyres now. Start to get into the danger zone really of those tyres. Look at this, the top three, they're all pushing each other around.
The Slayer has managed to get back within that DRS.
Yeah, it looks like quite a few of them, quite a few people are all basically pushing each other around here, around these corners. As Dye is so close to the Slayer, but now Slayer's in the DRS with Calvin.
Slayer really needed to get in that DRS, I think, or he would have been sitting up to the two guys behind this time around.
It's Milton.
That's a penalty.
Yeah, really close to get a penalty. I think he might have been trying to esports slide.
Right behind these guys.
Parrot in.
Parrot is in. He's had enough of those tyres.
No, I think he's got damage. He's got damage, yeah, change front wing. So he has been clipped by Adams. Adams did clip him. It's just a 4-car battle, 5-car battle here. It's going to get really spicy if someone spins. This is what GP2 should be. This is an absolutely amazing battle. As Johnny gets past Scar Adams. In towards 10-4. Scar Adams just going to try and get him back. As Senna still leads by a 4-second gap to Calvin now.
Yeah, having a look at this, obviously you would say that Dai obviously does not need to pit again. Senna, Calvin, the Slayer, they all need to pit.
Yeah, Milton needs to pit definitely as well.
If I was in Dai's position, I wouldn't be
complaining.
Too worried about the place I'm sitting in. MDJ, of course, behind, he also doesn't have to pit again, so you know, these guys that are out front, Senna, get a brilliant lead right now, but he's got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you don't have the right angle. Oh, Calvin's in. So he's going to go for the hards. He can only go for the hards from here. Milton's in as well, he's going to go for the mediums. Buckharsh as well for the hards. See what Milton goes on to. It's the mediums, late turning. And it is the hards. Oh, it's a saucer Calvin.
Saucer Calvin. 13 laps, that is a long stint for the softs.
It worked on Monday, but they were on like 70%, I think it was for. Who wanted that, did it? It was Sub-Zero, that was it. On Monday, in GP4. It's going to be really close towards the end, like.
Yeah.
It's banking on another safety car though. It was all his money on a safety car. And it pays off. His Dai. He hasn't got the pressure of Calvin. No, sorry, he hasn't got the pressure of Milton behind him now. There's Slayer is there, and I believe that's what Calvin was maybe doing. He was waiting until Slayer was right behind him, and just went into the pits. Because I think that's
Senna, of course, and the Slayer, they don't have to take such a risk being on the hard tyre. They can go at least lap 19 or lap 20 before they come in for the softs and really push on the soft tyre to the end.
Yeah, Matt G joined me yesterday. He said he did 21 laps on the hards as they are both in. Nope. There is. MTJ set the fastest lap on those hards.
Yeah, MDJ.
Now. There comes
Dai.
Dai.
Now going for a move on the slip.
This is for the lead, and he's going to have to give up that. As there he goes again. He's going to go into turn 4. Slayer's going to block him. He's going to try and go around the outside. Maybe no, he's going to go up the inside. In towards turn 4. He's going to get that move. No, it made contact. Oh.
The Slayer had a spin there.
Yeah, I think he just didn't leave enough room for himself there. To be honest, I'd looked at things, but yeah, it could be different. No, it's solid. Having a look at Calvin. No, he's gonna sit behind him again. And Sonic Hawk up to P9. Now that is quite a good comeback for how far he was earlier on in the race.
Milton's been really impressive the way he's been pushing the entire time. Went for the aggressive two-stop strategy, and he's just been pushing the whole time, and he's managed so far to keep the car on the track, so he's definitely up to speed with the game.
Yeah, there's Senna Martins.
Senna and Sonic having a battle.
Looked like Senna cut the track a little bit there.
Sonic Hawk just caught in the curb on the outside and couldn't get the tower down.
Yeah, but he can definitely get him down the main straight, which is where MDJ is going to fly past guys. What? That speed was absolutely immense there. Oh, he's nearly running to the back of him.
I think MDJ sort of cruised up to that battle that was going on with Dai and the Slayer.
Yeah, as here comes Sonic Hawk at Senna Martins. Couldn't get him down the other straight. and he's not going to get him into turn 1. Looks like Milton in the background. I don't know if anyone saw that. He's going to also wait. Oh, Calvin locks up a little bit in towards turn 1. That's going to give Milton the advantage. No, it's not actually. Milton will still sit behind.
Yeah, Calvin on the fresh softs, of course, so
yeah, he's going to have the advantage.
The better exit, but so these two are out front there now, but these guys are going to the end. They are battling for the win. Slayer, of course, still has to pit. He will choose his moment.
Yeah, at the minute, Matty's looking on for a podium. It's going to be a double Ferrari podium, as Mansell has to pit.
Yeah,
those mediums won't last.
He does have Senna sort of 6-7 seconds down the road on the fresh medium, so we'll see what Senna can do in the next 10 laps.
Look at Johnny's tyres, 17 lap old. It's actually looking really good for someone that's spun quite a few times.
Yeah, he's actually spun a few times and he's managed to sort of keep it together and keep himself in the points.
And I can only imagine what his tyres would be like if he didn't spin.
And he's done well.
Yeah, as Star Adams behind him, also another spinner, doing 18 laps on those mediums. And you've got the person behind him on 2 lap old mediums. As Milton, is he going to have a go into turn 1? No, he's too far back again. He's not able to do it. He's got the way better exit here. He's got so much speed compared to Calvin. He's just going to use a little bit of a boost out of that corner, and here goes Milton. No, he's not going to go for it.
Yeah, and I think we could see there from the onboard of Milton, Calvin's light flashing. So these guys are really pushing. Yanni is right on the back of Matty as well.
Looks like Matty's struggling a bit on those older hards. They're not even that old, really, compared to Johnny's mediums.
Yanni is so good in the braking zone. He seems to be better on the brakes.
Yeah, more confident on the brakes at least, because look, Matty was struggling a little bit there through 9 and 10. I thought that was a little spin there for...
See, MDJ has now managed to get Dye out of his DRS.
And this could be an absolute cruise for MDJ now, barring any safety cars. Could be an easy win, really. Might have put the commentator's case on that though, as I just out of the DRS, heading into the detection point. As Johnny now pits on those mediums, and he's definitely going to go to the softs.
Yeah, it's about the right time for the soft tyre.
Yeah, so the softs on for Johnny. He's going to try and get himself back into the top 10. Currently 13th, and Scar is going to have to do the same, as he's got the fresh mediums of Senna Martins.
I tell you what, it's difficult to tell, but Mansell could be trying to go to the end here on his mediums. 14 lap old.
If he does that, I will absolutely applaud it. Honest, that would be an absolute miracle.
And I think if Slayer doesn't come in this lap, he must be waiting for the late safety car, hoping for a late safety car.
Yeah, obviously doing the whole race on those hards at the minute. Actually looking quite alright, only about 50% I'd say, to be honest.
Calvin Senna is now on the back of Adams.
And so is Dye on the back of MDJ.
I think this could be crucial for his podium chances to get by Adams as quick as he can.
Yeah,
Adams might come in this lap.
Dye
on those mediums from the beginning of the race, so...
Dye's got DRS on MDJ again.
Yep. And that all came from turn 1. Oh no, and this is Senna went down the outside of Adams, and Adams was hit. Stopped Adams from being able to pit.
And Sonic Hawking, Adams in as well. And both of them getting a 5-second penalty.
Yeah.
They're definitely hoping for a late safety car now to get rid of that. Actually, I've on board with Dye. Yeah, and I think I think what we should have in the new game, F1 23, obviously this new game has just came out. I think maybe replays for online, for leagues. That would be fun. I think that'd be really good.
I think Danny needs to do everything he can to sort of stay in the DRS. MDJ wants to win this race.
Yeah, he's catching him quite not too much actually. As behind MDJ.
So the MDJ was actually had by outside the DRS range, and then just coming out of turn 1 and turn 2 in the lap before, he had a little snap on the traction, which gave Dye a couple of tenths to get back in the DRS.
Slayer's in.
Yep.
And Mansell, he's gone to the end, surely.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to attempt to go for the end on his mediums, which would be a fantastic effort.
Yeah, depends on what they feel like at the end. Like they could die off. Yeah, they're probably going to die off near the end and might get a puncture as well. Obviously, Johnny got a puncture last season, didn't he? In GP3.
More than once.
Yeah, leading the race in France. That's the most memorable one. I know, at least.
France was because I can't remember if it was going dry to wet or wet to dry. I think it was going wet to dry, and he stayed out on the wet tyre. Yeah. Yeah,
he had such a big lead as well, and that was really unlucky for Charney. In front of 16-11, and might even get higher than where he is, depending on late safety cars. As if we're going to have a late safety car, it needs to happen now, really. If we're going to have a safety car.
I think Senna now all over the back of Matty. So once he got by Adams, he was really able to close that gap up to Matty quickly.
Yeah, which could spell trouble for the leaders. Obviously still being good 15 seconds ahead. It's going to be really close towards the end, I think. As a really good exit for Senna, and there we go. In towards turn 1, doesn't even have to get near turn 1, it's got it done before the line.
Nothing Matty could do there.
And here comes Milton on Calvin as well. And this is going to be a spit and duck into turn 1, there we go. Round the outside. Those tyres start to fly off, he's gone off.
Right there.
Really,
these guys have been battling tooth and nail since they came out the pits. Fantastic stuff.
Absolutely amazing racing.
That one.
Yeah, but those tyres starting to fly off for Calvin. It's going to really help Milton now, as he's going to definitely start to catch. Sorry, he's going to definitely start to be a lot more pacey than Calvin.
Well, yeah, these guys battling obviously is a massive help to Matty, who is going to be fighting to keep these guys behind come the end of the race.
Yeah, it's going to help Hera as well. He's going to maybe pick up a P6.
Yeah. Slayer obviously right behind Pera as well on the brand new soft tyre.
Yeah, that's going to really help him. He might be on for P5.
This is where all the strategies begin to unfold. These last 5-6 laps.
He's into towards turn 1. It looks like Dye may be going for a move. No. Oh, he's nearly rented him again. He's really late on the brakes as Dye compared to MDJ. Looks like Milton. Slayer has gotten past Pera on the outer. The soft's working wonders for him. Pera having the DRS actually, having the pace advantage. And Milton moving over. Calvin, no, he's not. He's going to play it safe and maybe go for it. Therefore, if he gets a better exit, he's doing wrong. And just loads of cars all next to each other. This is going to be a fantastic finish. Yeah, it's going to be absolutely amazing.
Really impressed by Calvin and Milton. You know, they've been just the fact that they're battling each other so long, and because Calvin you know, he's not quite comfortable in this game yet. Doesn't feel like he's up to speed. But he seems to be handling it really well. Sky Adams has put in an absolutely fantastic lap there on the fresh surface. Fastest lap of the day.
Milton is basically pushing around this house, around this circuit. It's getting really close now. Looks like Slayer's closing in on those softs as well.
Yeah, and all the time, all three of them are slowly closing in on Matty.
Yeah, sector 2, and it's going to be Johnny. Keeps it off the wall at least.
To keep it going, yeah. Johnny really struggled today with the spins today.
Looks like Slayer's got him past 2. He's going to get 2 in 1 here, Slayer. What a move. Should have picked that up earlier. Here comes Milton again. He's going to be up as inside. Calvin losing 2 in 1 there. Those softs really starting to die off here. He might actually have a go into turn 4. He's going to try and go around the outside. He's going to have to pull out of that one and focus on maybe Perra behind him now. As Johnny with a 3 seconds yellow flags, that's going to be Utkar.
Oh, Utkar.
Again, keeping it out the barrier, as I believe that might be it now for safety cars. I doubt we'll get one now. And if
you never know, as Codemasters, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, like last night really, we had the broadcast safety car.
Yeah.
Late on. And Perra now closing in on Calvin.
I've been going back and forward just looking at Dai and MDJ's battle every now and then, and MDJ seems to be just going at a steady pace while Dai behind seems to be pushing really hard just to stay within the DRS.
Yeah,
so I think if Dai's going to manage to win this race, he's going to have to find a bit extra to get past MDJ.
Yeah, what are the warnings on as Johnny spins again?
Yeah, those tyres are still really hot.
It's exactly the same as last lap as Sonic Hawk is trying to close in on him now. As Dice to 4 tenths, 5 tenths behind MDJ, it's going to go really close to the end of the race.
Yeah. MDJ seems to be able to fill the gap.
As Johnny gets a 5 seconds speed in the pits. As he leads second.
Yeah, I think that's frustration from Yanni.
Yeah.
Frustrated.
He ran quite a good race.
Mansell just trying to nurse these tyres home. 20 lap old mediums. Doing everything he can.
Senna closing in on him absolutely rapidly here. It's going to go right down to the final lap here, surely.
Well, I think the gap was 9.5 seconds, and it's now came down to 4.3 and floating, you know, coming down all the time, so...
Yeah, here comes Diane towards turn 1. No, he's not leaving up on the brakes. There's the MDJ. And it's going to be really close towards the end of the race now. Surely Dyke can get this move done. He's pushing. He's not pushing enough as MDJ makes a little mistake there. Dyke, if he had the better exit, he could have done it.
He just couldn't capitalise on it.
Yeah, Senna gaining again, and again 5 tenths there compared to Mansell. And this going to be really close to Mansell, I think, to get a podium. As it looks like Dyke.
Doing everything he can to stay. See MDJ just with a little brake traction there, and it's let Dai just close up.
Yes, the tyres on MDJ and the tyres on Dai are absolutely broken, really, compared to Mansell's that are actually looking a little better than those two.
Yeah.
This could be a win for Senna even, from this race.
Senna's really closing in on Mansell now, he's pushing hard.
Yeah, and Mansell closing in on Dai and MDJ. As here we go into towards turn 1. Could we see it again for MDJ? And I doubt it. The Harris isn't as powerful this year.
MDJ just manages to get the gap where it matters.
There's Senna. He's gained about a second that lap.
Got the Slayer here. He's going to get by Matty now.
Yeah, and that Matthew's sitting drop down that straight there. Compared to the new softs.
To be honest, Matty kind of the same as Calvin, not quite up to the speed that he was normally at last season. Still coming to grips with the new game, the new model and everything. So but it's been a solid race from Matty today. I've been really impressed.
Yeah, it's starting to get to the end of life for these hards. There's short shifting like absolute mad here. It's both of them. Both of them short shifting really, really quickly. Especially out of the corners. You can see up to 6th already. MDJ is able to get in lower gears and is looking a lot better than Dai through the corners. But obviously this is a really impressive performance for the GP4 champion. Moving up 2 divisions and he's already fighting for wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really.
Really on a steep incline with his performance. And look, you just see there, MDJ was able to pull out a couple of tenths out the last corner every time.
And the gap to Senna is increasing actually. Mansell has increased the gap.
Yeah, Mansell on the last lap now, and he's using every ounce of energy he has left just to make sure that Senna can't get there.
Check the 3 yellows because it looks like Calvin. Calvin, wow.
It's a shame for Calvin.
Yeah.
And he's coming into the pits.
And those tyres are really, really, really dead now. As MDJ and Dai, it's going to go right down to the final corner here. It's looking like MDJ is coming. Matthew and Milton swapping positions as well. Tyres are dead on most people here.
Going really deep into the corner.
Yeah, but he's got the better exit compared to MDJ. Oh, MDJ has to pace down the straight. He's got lower down wings, I think. As you can just see in the background of Mansell's shot is Senna. And you see it in front of Senna, you can see Mansell. And
Mansell is really gentle on the throttle right now.
Yeah, he's going to go to the inside of Matty, in towards turn 11, and he's got that move done. But in towards the final corner, it's going to be MDJ, breaking the streak of Mercedes wins this week in Bahrain. And it's going to be MDJ winning, Dai P2, Mansell in P3, with Senna behind in P4. A late charge by Senna, just not enough for the 24-lap-old mediums of Mansell. That is amazing tyre saving.
Fantastic performance from Mansell there.
Slayer is P5, Milton will be P7, it's going to be P8, Matty is going to be P7, Perret P6, Milton P8, Upclass will finish P9, Sonic Hawk rounds off the point positions with Calvin and his teammate Scar Adams in P12, and Jani AI will be P13.
Fantastic race.
Fantastic performances from Dai and MDJ, and Mansell especially as well. Oh, and how's that penalty for Sonic Hawk? And who would you say was your driver of the day?
I would say it is. I was thinking I have to give it to Mansell for that stint he just done on the medium tyre, getting up into the podiums. But I would also like to mention Milton, who had a fantastic race from the back of the grid. Went for the aggressive strategy and was in a battle the whole race with somebody and managed to keep it together and not cause any major accidents. So, major shout outs to them. I thought the two of them in particular were fantastic.
Yeah, I'd have to give it to Mansell as well, due to that medium tyre stint, 24 laps on those mediums.
Calvin actually got a puncture on those soft tyres.
Oh.
That's what caused that spin in the second last lap.
Yeah, as I can't do any interviews, I have to go. Sorry. Yeah, so that will be it for GP2. An amazing race with MTJ, the Dutchman, coming out on top. The Welshman in P2 and Mansell in P3. Senna P4, Slayer is in P5, Hera is in P6, Matty P7 with Milton in P8, Upcast P9, Sonicor P10. Calvin, Scott Adams rounds off your finishers, and it is then Johnny, Cassidy, Game Wild, PXI and PSI Legends who did not finish. And an absolutely amazing race that was. And that is it, GP2. Go watch GP1 tomorrow. Subscribe to the SFR YouTube, and yeah, we will see you next week. Starting, we'll see GP2 next week with Forever 24 as the commentator. Yeah. So until next week, take care. Bye.